All right, everyone. So I am cooking some pork steaks. These were given to us at the food pantry. And I've also got, we were given 2 baking potatoes last Thursday, so I have those in the oven. So we're having a food pantry meal. So yeah, those are pretty good sized steaks there. So probably could have shared one. But that's what we're having for supper. All right, everyone, so here is our food pantry meal for this Tuesday night. And I only took part of the pork steak, so that's part of one. And we're using the baking potatoes that we received from the food pantry last week. So here is our food pantry meal for this Tuesday night. Hey everyone, so I am outside cooking supper. We're doing another grill out. So got the grill going, and we're just doing brats tonight. We're not doing the beer brats and everything. We're just grilling out 6 brats. Will be enough for tonight for both of us, and that'll be it. So yeah. So what a change in temperature. Yesterday I was in a tank top. Today I'm in a hoodie. It was 80 degrees at least yesterday, and today, right now, the real feel is 52, and it only got to a high of maybe 55 today. So, and it's windy, so it's making it colder. So as you can see, I'm in my hoodie now because it's cooler outside. So that fire feels good, though. I could kind of feel it behind me. So yeah, just grilling and eating brats tonight. Simple meal. There's a robin in the grass eating worms, probably picking out worms. So, all right, so I'm gonna just turn the camera around. So yeah, that's what we're having for supper tonight. Just some brats. I'll probably just have some Doritos with it or something. We still have some Doritos left, but. Alrighty, so I will see you guys in a bit. Alright everyone, so I actually just wanted to give you an update on the bird feeding station and let you know what happened the day after. So my fears were confirmed. The deer could reach the feeders that were hanging off the boards. So I went out the next morning. And let me move a little bit, smoke's in my face. I went out the next morning, and 2 of the feeders were on the ground, and all the food in it was gone. So the suet feeder, where I changed it to that little cage, something got that and actually drug it halfway across the grass. I could see drag marks of the suet just going across the grass. So the suet got eaten, and then the little blue tray that I put the sunflower seeds in for the smaller birds, that was on the ground the next morning with all the sunflower seeds gone. So here's the thing. I think it was more of not a raccoon. I think it was a deer that was able to reach those, but he couldn't tear off 2 of the feeders. The suet nuggets, that was still hanging and full of nuggets, and the stacker feeder, the cake feeder, that was still on there. Some of it had been eaten off, but it wasn't knocked down. So my guess is because there was also deer scat around that area, a deer was able to reach those and was able to drag off 2 of the feeders. And also what tells me it wasn't raccoon or anything, because the platform feeder that was on the very top still had food in it. So if it was a raccoon or a possum or whatever it may have been, or whatever it could be, they would have cleaned that food out. So that tells me the raccoons could not get up that feeder over the baffle. So that tells me the baffle is still working. All right, so that's good. The baffle is working. The raccoons can't get up there, but the deer can reach the hanging feeders. And I mentioned that I might need to get another piece of 4x4 and splice it to the top of that one. And somebody had made a comment to check the hardware stores or the lumber stores, because sometimes they have scrap wood. And I actually thought about that after I made the video. I thought to myself, because I've done that before at Menards, I drive around to the back and they have scrap wood that they actually just gave me. So I thought to go there, but then I walked in the mudroom and I saw a couple of 4x4s there. On the railing, on the ramp for Glenn, the side that has the steps on it, I actually took the 4x4 railings off because he doesn't use the steps. So I took those off for something, and so they're just sitting there. If I might have to cut them down though, because if I use it just how they are, the section that they are, it might be way too tall. So I might have to at least cut them in half a little bit. So I have to work on that. But at least I have 4x4 I can use. And I will probably just have to cut it. So I just wanted to give you an update. Other than that, the top feeder, the platform, is still holding food through the nights. So nothing is actually getting to the very top. And once I make that higher, the deer should not be able to reach the hanging feeders, and we should be good to go. So yeah, I like having that feeding station there. I think it's going to work well once it's out of reach of the deer. And yeah, so I just wanted to give you an update on that. And yeah, so I'll have to get more suet because I don't have any more suet blocks. And yeah, so I'm kind of out of that stuff. I have more sunflower seeds I've been putting out. And I did put another hanging feeder over here outside the kitchen window. So I have the platform hanging one, and then I forget what they're called, but they're mostly for little birds, so the little birds can get to them. All right, so just wanted to give you an update on that. All right, everyone, making lunch right now. Oops. All right, everyone, back from the store making lunch. So I've got the hot spicy pickles right here for Glenn. That's not his lunch. He'll have it with lunch. All right, got some French dip here. We had these French dip and chips with our sloppy joes last week, or whenever I made that. We got some ham and cheese loaf here. That's ham slices with little cheese bits in it. And I'm going to use some rolls. You want pepper on that, babe? Okay. Alright, I'm going to throw some pepper on that. Alright, there's Glenn's lunch, ham and cheese loaf on a roll, chips, dip, and hot pickles. Alright everyone, so Glenn's got his lunch, and I forgot to show, he had a cup of chocolate milk, and he also had a bowl of pork and beans. So that was his lunch. Now I prefer bread over rolls. And I think I'm just going to have the same ham and cheese loaf and dip and chips. So hungry. I think I'll just put 2 slices on mine. Runaway cheese bite. No hot cucumbers for me, or pickles. And I'll just have some Lay's as well. We do have wavy Lay's, but we have 3 open bags, so let's finish up one. Alright everyone, so there's my lunch. So I'm going to eat lunch, and then I'll get the grocery haul video done, and then in a little while I may go out to cut grass. We'll see. Alright everyone, so here is our supper for this Friday night, and I just cooked. It wasn't even half of the ribs that we got, that slab of ribs. It was a little less than half that I cooked, and I've got 2 pieces of ribs, Glenn's got 2 pieces, and there's 1 more small chunk in the dish there. And then we're having the corn on the cob. That's pretty much all we wanted. Yeah, because we both plan on eating 2 corn on the cob, so that's going to take care of a good size of our feeding. So that's our supper for this Friday night. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a new day. It is Saturday afternoon. And we are going to have lunch now, or I'm going to make lunch now. So what we're going to have are some of these fish fillets that we picked up from Piggly Wiggly. And I knew we had some tater tots left in the freezer, so I'm going to just make the rest of those so they can get eaten, and they're not just sitting in there. So I've got the oven preheating right now. So after lunch, I'll be going outside to do some grass cutting, some yard chores. I'll take care of the rest of these. I'm just going to throw some seasoned salt and pepper on these. Hope you all have a good weekend. By the time you see this video, the weekend will probably be over. I don't know. Maybe you see it Sunday night. I have no idea. Alright, so I was going to put everything on the same cookie tray, but I think I'm going to just like keep these spread out so maybe they cook faster. I don't know. And then I'll put the fish fillets on the smaller cookie sheet. Alright, so you can see the size of my hand and the size of the fillets. So Glenn's going to have 3 of them. I think I'm just going to have 2. And that'll leave 5 for another meal. So if he wants 3 again next time. Alright. Yeah, since we're having tater tots, I'm okay with just having 2 of them. Hey everyone, so it is Saturday evening, 7 o'clock, and what's for dinner or supper? We are going to spend $10 or $11 or whatever it is, and we're going to get our favorite pizza. So I'm going to go pick it up right now. I'm at the gas station, just filled up with gas. We had a little less than half tank in the truck. Gas is $2.89, so it only costs $47.69 to fill up. So that's pretty amazing. So yeah, let's take a ride and go get some pizza.